Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes. My camera's not working, but I'll fix that shit in just a minute. Tonight we've got our top 10 finishers of all time. Top 10 finishers of all time. And we got some That's Heel shit. We'll get into it right after this.
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heel shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain.
How you doing, man?
Man, are you done lagging? You son of a bitch.
I think so. I think so.
Good.
Give a big shout out to my boy Chris watching on YouTube. It's one of my best friends of all time. We just moved back to Jacksonville from St. Louis. We gonna make it.
Why?
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, God.
Don't even worry about it. I'll tell you about it.
How would you come back to the cesspool? I could. Mostly.
Mostly. Yeah, we got to get you two together. My two best friends. Three of us need to hang out.
That's dangerous.
Yes,
very dangerous.
It is absolutely dangerous. All right.
Fuck it. Make me come to do rave.
You can come. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, we're doing our top 10 finishers of all time. The rule is it's got to finish, motherfuckers. All right? There will be no crossroads in this countdown. Okay?
Fuck!
We cannot have moves that aren't finishers up in here. So, if you got signatures like the crossroads where it takes 7 signature moves to put a motherfucker away, take it out. We ain't playing with that shit.
I'll be right back. And I'm back.
Good to see you, man.
Hi, hey. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. My mom's open heart surgery is Wednesday, so been kind of worried about that just a tad, you know.
Well, as any good son would be. But ladies and gentlemen, thoughts and prayers towards the Cordz' family as they go into this very difficult time in the next couple days.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So you ready to talk about these finishers?
Well, I mean, Crossroads was on my shit, so I had to change it.
Yeah, you gotta rewrite that whole shit.
Well, I'll finish the story somehow.
So, do you have a philosophy behind this?
The way I did mine is A, the entertainment value. B, if the person using them impacted me in my career in any way, shape, or form. And C, the level of devastation that they look.
Very nice. Yep.
This ain't really one of those objective things where like number 1 will be the stunner, number 2 will be the people's elbow, number 3 will be the tombstone, shit like
fuck
that.
all that shit.
Yep.
It's about the spectacle of it for me. Does it look deadly? Does it end people most of the time? And when I saw it the first time, did I fucking pop? That's
similar to how I structured this.
I do have some homer picks at the beginning. I don't know if we should call those our
I have 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
I have 2.
Okay.
So you want to say those towards the end, or you want to go and get them out of the way?
Yeah, we'll save them. All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
Number 2.
Much like how last Saturday was, My number 10 is just a straight kick to the dick. I'm talking about Goldust's Shattered Dreams.
Sneaky fucker.
Come on.
Has he finished people with that?
Yes. Between
Okay.
96 and 98, that's what he actually used to finish matches.
That was his finisher? Okay. That
was his finish.
Yeah, that would do it.
That finishes
That
me.
would put a
finish me.
motherfucker out, I guarantee you.
Yes. And for those of you that don't know what the Shattered Dreams is, number 1, the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck are you watching this? Number 2, let me describe it for you. You get thrown into the turnbuckle. Your legs are fucking spread and draped over the middle rope. I don't know why the fuck I'm doing it with you. The motherfucker backs up, lines you up, and just ferociously punt kicks your dick.
Mm-hmm.
Just without regret, just kicks you in the dick. I don't know how the fuck that's legal, but it was legal enough in the Attitude Era. Right in the dick. I think that was what it was. He was able to kick you in the dick, not the balls, and that's what got you over. Are fucking spread and draped. Yeah, it was a very devastating move, and the first time I saw it, I was like, oh no. Of course,
yeah.
I was like 6 when that fucking happened, but still.
Yeah.
It left a lasting impression on me when that fucking happened.
That's cool.
So yeah, number 10, Shattered Dreams.
Very nice. All right, for me. There were so many good ones. All right. So, and I'm going to. The rule was also a tag team finisher is one finisher. Yes. So, my number 10 is the Shatter Machine.
Okay.
I think that was one of the coolest fucking tag moves I had seen the first time I saw it. And It looks terrible. It looks like it'd fucking kill you if you didn't take it right. Like that.
Yes, sir.
That's a fucking finisher.
So why don't you describe it to the people at home that don't know what it is?
So essentially the Shatter Machine is they set up tag team partners one behind each other. The opponent turns into the first guy who picks him up like
basically in a flapjack.
In a flapjack, yeah. And the other partner jumps and catches the falling guy with the knees into either the face or the chest and come down with the full power of it onto the ground. It's
basically it's a flapjack into a code breaker.
Yes.
More or less.
Yes. It's nasty.
But the way they hit it, yeah, it's devastating.
Nasty.
And now
oh. God damn it, Grimes.
You're already doing this?
Apparently.
You piece of shit.
All right, you're back.
You piece of donkey dick. You piece of your donkey. It's a piece of donkey dick.
A piece
never
of donkey
fails.
Dick.
At least one time. It is.
It's a
I'm over here.
Piece of one.
Shit. I mean, that donkey dick's pretty big. Let me tell you. But no. What I was going to ask you, would you consider any double team finish that starts off from the flapjack just like next level devastation?
100%. Because that crash at the end, it doesn't matter if it's a 310 to Yuma, it doesn't matter if it's a Shatter Machine. It's just gnarly looking. It's always nice.
Now the 310 to Yuma, that's what the guns use, the flapjack into the reverse STO, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew what the name was. I was going to bring that up. Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
Man.
I see where we're starting on this.
Mm-hmm. Number 9, Sarah. What you got?
Number 9. The first time I saw this was actually at a live event. Let me roll it back a little bit. It was Christopher Daniels versus Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Title back when TNA was running in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I ever saw the fucking Angel's Wings.
Ooh.
The double underhook lifting face buster.
Spinning face buster.
I about lost my shit. I thought he was hitting a fucking pedigree. Then he fucking modified. And this was back when I was still very like in WWF. So like that's the only moves I really knew. This was
Mhm.
like my second TNA show that I went to,
Ah, okay.
and I saw this, and it was just the most devastating thing ever.
It was
And
amazing,
to
yeah.
a 12-year-old mind, you know, my mind could not comprehend the fucking the gravity of this situation and how the fucking move was done. They're like video game moves.
Yeah, man.
So
No,
yeah,
it's because like you, we had seen the pedigree for so long.
yes.
You know, he sets it up like that. I'm like, fuck the pedigree. That's that shit right there.
Or even if you go so far as watching Stevie Ray do the slapjack, the pretty much the lifting version of the pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
But this just took it to a whole nother fucking level. I was like, holy fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was just so fucking beautiful. It's almost like the first time you saw the Canadian Destroyer, like that level of awe.
Yeah, and see, I was so tipped on whether I put the destroyer in there because it's been so overdone, man. So
And
overdone.
that was my problem.
It's
And
not a
that's why it's not
finisher anymore.
No. And it pisses me off because the innovator of this move now has to fucking basically defend it every time he does it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about the Maple Leaf Muscle. We're talking about P.D. Williams.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, Angel's Wings, my number 9.
All right. So number 9 for me, and this will probably be the only submission on here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yes, I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Yep. Yep. Even though I like other submissions better, that's the one.
Yep.
Stinger.
Talk about it, my brother.
And for all you motherfuckers who are like, oh, that's just the sharpshooter. No, Sting brought it to America first. All right,
Say,
Sting.
to be fair, that was over in fucking Japan, where it was called legitimately the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yep. So Sting brought it back. Bret Hart saw it from him.
Mm-hmm.
Later on in his career, as his knees got worse and worse and worse, of course, the technique of it became a lot worse because his knees were like, if there was one, injury-prone thing about him, it was his knees.
Yes.
So, yeah, Scorpion Deathlock, sharpshooter, whatever. I won't slap you if you call it a sharpshooter, but...
Well, I will say Sting's worst Scorpion Deathlock still beats fucking The Rock's best sharpshooter any fucking day of the week.
Oh my god. How The Rock even calls it a sharpshooter, I have no idea. He spins the leg, he wraps the legs wrong, he steps over wrong. Everything about it is wrong.
It's not even, they're not even wrapped, dude. Like their ankles are just like crisscrossed. And that's it. That's all it is. There's no fucking it's oh god. We can have a whole episode of just fucking destroying the fucking sharpshooter on Dwayne.
Dude.
Fuck.
Alright. Number 8 for you. What'd you get?
An aneurysm.
Yeah, getting there.
Fuck. Yeah. Alright, number 8. It's one of the oldest moves in wrestling. It's one of the most basic, but it's one of the most devastating moves. And it's one of those moves that in the late 90s and early 2000s, it became that generation's version of what the Canadian Destroyer is now. The DDT.
Very nice.
But more specifically, the Raven Effect DDT.
I was wondering.
The even flow.
Tell us why that one is different from the others.
All right. So let me set up a regular DDT for you. Kick to the gut. Opponent bends over, grab a headlock, and you fall backwards, essentially driving the person's head into the mat. Essentially. The way the Raven Effect works is same setup, but instead of just falling back, he basically jumps back, throws his legs out into like a pendulum effect, which drives your entire body into the ground. Gives it more force, gives it more devastation. And trust me, I've taken a Raven Effect. I've taken a regular DDT. the Raven effect does hurt more if you're not properly trained to take it.
Mm. Mm, mhm, mhm.
Hey, Scotty. Miss you, love. But yeah. And again, Raven being one of the most influential people in my entire career, as far as the way I built up the persona and everything and the gimmick. How could Raven not be on any fucking list that I put on other than worst shit?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got a couple DDTs on mine, but
Well,
not
I
a
wanted
standard one.
I wanted to put like the Future Shock because that's what I use. But in all actuality, I mean, it's not really known as a fucking finish anymore. It's more just the transitional move.
Mm,
But the Raven effect has always been the finish.
yeah.
If you get hit with the Raven effect, that's it. If you get hit with Jake's DDT, that's the finish.
Yeah, and
So,
that was, I mean, obviously, that's what I think of when I hear DDT is Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Raven effect was a dope one.
oh,
Since
No.
we're on the DDT kick, what are we at, number 8?
yeah, we're at number 8.
It's too early for that one.
Oh, he's not going to pull the trigger yet.
No, not gonna pull the trigger yet. My number 8, and it's the only high flying move on this thing, because I don't dig high flyers that much. The spinal tap. To me, AJ Styles' spinal tap was one of the coolest fucking moves of all time. I had never seen anything even remotely like it.
No shit, dude.
I can't even describe it. It's like a double twist, double corkscrew into a back landing, isn't it?
What it is it's essentially a swanton bomb, but as the swanton's going, as the front flip's going into the bomb itself, you're doing a 360-degree spiral turn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like an inverted version of Pac's Black Arrow.
Right.
So instead of a corkscrew shooting star press, it's a corkscrew into a swanton bomb. And how he fucking hit that every fucking time and didn't break his fucking back is beyond me.
I have no idea. It was the agility. It's crazy.
Yeah, and for being something that was used in 2001, 2002, just like the Angel's Wings, just like the Canadian Destroyer, it was in a class all its own.
Yeah. Like, I can and or have hit all of the finishers on my list, but I'll never even attempt that one.
Hold on. I've hit all but one on my list.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Didn't even realize that.
All right, number 7.
Number 7. This is another old school one. How can you just not love a just brutal, devastating looking fucking Stan Hansen lariat?
Ooh. Okay.
Or a massive clothesline from hell, or the fucking kaiju lariat. Just a devastating fucking lariat.
Beastly clothesline.
And I got a nice one, so I've been told.
Mm-mm.
But nothing beats fucking Stan Hansen. Nothing beats fucking Bradshaw. Nothing beats Blackjack Mulligan.
Mm-mm.
Them motherfuckers tore your goddamn head off.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, my shoulders always, for the past few years have been not strong enough to like really lay into a clothesline.
Yeah,
it feels pretty good now, so I probably could, but
yeah. So, do I even really need to explain what a fucking lariat is?
No.
Okay, you can go now.
A giant human being comes running towards you, and he takes your head off your shoulders. That's pretty much
Look,
it.
if you really want to know what one is, just go to Bradshaw and tell him Texas sucks.
Oh, Jesus.
Just stand there.
Just stand
Fucking stand there.
All right, so my number 7, and this was my first finisher, and it made such an impact on me when I was a kid. I thought it was the coolest move of all time, and that's the F5.
Oh.
The F5 was so badass. All right, when
Dude.
Brock Lesnar came out and he was just murdering motherfuckers, just murking them. The one with Matt Hardy on the fucking ramp.
Oh my god!
Like, if you don't know what the F5 is, where the fuck you been?
No shit.
Gets him up in a fireman's carry, and he flings the legs out, and he takes a back bump while the opponent takes a face bump. Now, it was supposed to be a DDT.
Originally, yes.
Yes, but Brock there's too much inertia. Like he's not catching a motherfucker with the DDT.
Well, he's done it a couple times into the DDT, but those guys like fucking Shannon Moore, Nunzio, Little Guido, like the smaller guys. Hell, do you remember when he hit Shannon Moore with a fucking F5? And he just did like that fucking just 3 or 4 fucking turns before he just flung his ass. It was basically the world's first F10.
Yes. Yep.
It was fucking brutal.
Yeah. No,
and we're talking about this is such a high impact maneuver. He was hitting guys like fucking Mark Henry, fucking Rikishi, fucking Paul White. He was hitting like the big guys.
Yeah.
With this thing beautifully, may I add.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Brock was the fucking freak, man. Nope. There'll never be another genetic specimen like Brock Lesnar. Like,
well, I understand that. I do, but go back to fucking 2002 when that shit was happening to this puny little 12-year-old mind. Like, picking up the Big Show was not something that happens.
No. Nope.
No. Well.
All right. Number 6.
Well, I think before we get to number 6, we need to go ahead and get some sponsorships out of the way.
All right. Well, we can do that. I was going to wait until after number 5, but we might as well do it right now.
Yeah, let's go and get that shit out of the way.
Havoc Energy Drink is the energy drink for gamers and streamers by gamers and streamers. Not only does it give you the B vitamins and caffeine that you're used to in your energy drinks, it also has a healthy dose of creatine for mental acuity to help you win that next game or focus through that next stream. Go to tryhavocenergy.com, enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Again, that's tryhavocenergy.com, enter the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Also, Amazon Music Unlimited. If you use the link in the description box, you will get your first month free of your Amazon Music Unlimited subscription. You get unlimited access to over 100 million songs at the click of a button. Your first month free, $9.99 after that. Cancel anytime. Tell them the Heel Shit Podcast sent you, and they'll give you that 30 days free.
They gave it to me. Shit.
Nice.
Yes, sir. All right. Now we paid some bills. All right. Number 6, right?
Number 6.
Number 6. All right. So we're mid to late 90s on this one. Everybody knows that for WCW, there was only one guy I ever watched. The three-time World Heavyweight Champion, the king of the Diamond Cutter, Diamond Dallas Page. The fucking Diamond Cutter is my number 6.
Yeah, man.
Fuck your RKOs. Let's go. Let's get the fucking original. I understand Johnny Ace did the fucking Ace Crusher, but it's fucking
it didn't matter.
It's fucking Diamond.
It's the
Dallas
Diamond
Page.
Cutter. I don't give a fuck about Johnny Ace. Fuck you.
It will always be the fucking Diamond Cutter.
It's the Diamond Cutter.
And think about that run in 90. What was it, like late 97 to mid 98, where he had like almost every fucking variation of a Diamond Cutter he could fucking he can hit it from the fireman's carry, he can hit it coming off the ropes. That motherfucker picked up Eddie Guerrero, picked him up from a fucking gut wrench powerbomb, threw him in the goddamn thing. And it looked like fucking Eddie Guerrero was stuck in the fucking air for a second before he actually grabbed him. Like, it was devastating. It still is devastating. Yeah. And it's one of the moves that I cherish most in my repertoire, that I only break out when it's absolutely needed.
They did such a good job, like, putting how potent that move was into your mind. Like, that was the most devastating shit to ever hit wrestling when Diamond Dallas Page was doing it. You did not get up. You didn't move. You could count to 10. Nobody was kicking out of that. And when you hit that one on Macho Man on the uncovered floor,
that's when it was made.
I thought, like, it's like, fuck. Yeah. What the fuck?
Macho Man's dead. Macho Man's dead.
No, that was a great move. Like when he'd reverse it out of a scoop slam or just a body slam, fall out of it and twist.
Yep.
Great move. Great
Love that
move.
God, yeah.
All
bada
right.
bing, bada boom, bada bang. Your number 6.
My number 6 is the, if done how originally intended, without question, the most dangerous move in wrestling, and it's the vertebreaker.
Fuck me.
That fucking move, man. If you're not familiar with the vertebreaker, and to be fair, even some casual wrestling fans may not be familiar with the vertebreaker.
Are you familiar with the Gringo Killer? Homicide.
Anyway, so you've done a thing to position to where you've got the guy behind you with his feet in the air, his head down, and you just fucking drop down. Boom. They figured out how to do it. They figured out how to do it relatively safely, the way Jordan Grace does it and all that stuff. But back when fucking Homicide was doing it, it was killing motherfuckers.
Well, it was called the Gringo Killer. But let me see if I can explain a little bit better.
Please, yes.
All right. Gut kick to the opponent. Opponent is turned over. You put basically your ass on the back of their neck. You grab their arms in a double underhook formation. You then turn your body to where your body's now bent over. He is basically bridged on back of you. You pick him up, still double underhooked. And, if you do it correctly, you basically sit down and break their necks. Yes. Fucking devastating. I'll never take one. Fuck that shit.
No.
Nope. Fuck that.
Evil looking move.
And then you put fucking Loki on the top rope doing a fucking double foot stomp on top of that for a double team? Yeah. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Everyone's done.
Yeah. Andrew, we need you.
You ever taken a vertebreaker, bud?
You're going to. Oh, number 6, vertebreaker. That's devastating.
I will amend my previous statement. I've done every other move on this except the spinal tap and the vertebreaker.
All right, so
I don't have the balls to do a vertebreaker to somebody.
I mean, I would probably trust you to do it, but I don't mean I want it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 5.
Number 5.
See, for me,
getting into the real finishers now.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay, so for number 5, for me, it was really a no-brainer. And it's the one move on my list that I don't do. I won't ever fucking do because my fat ass don't go to the fucking top rope. For me, my number 5 is the one and the only, the 5-star frog splash. Woo. Fucking Rob Van Dam. It's specifically Rob Van Dam's.
Yeah, dude. His was crazy. Like, it was much more devastating looking than a regular frog splash. Without question.
And it's how he sold the move that made it fucking devastating. You could just lay there and take the frog splash and not move. He fucking flip-flops and got... Yes. It looks like he destroys himself to hit this fucking move every fucking time. Let me explain the move. Opponent's laying down. And just for entertainment value, he is laying perpendicular to where you're on the top rope. Mr. RVD, because he's fucking high as shit, jumps to the fucking top rope like a goddamn frog. Jackass. sets up, yeets himself off the top rope, while also somehow defying physics and turning his body midair to be fucking like this with the fucking opponent. Fucking hits a frog splash, which is when your arms and your legs go in and they go out for you to set up the splash. And when he hits the splash, he looks like his body implodes into yours.
Mm-hmm.
And then when physics kick back in, his body then recedes from the opponent's body and literally gets fucking pole vaulted off the body, and he's fucking flipping and flopping because it looked like he broke his ribs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's one of the more impactful off the top rope moves.
Yes, and he's still hitting this at his fucking age.
No, yeah, he's in
And
great
it's still
shape,
just
man.
devastating.
Great shape.
It's the weed. Let's be real.
100%.
Yeah. So number 5, 5-star frog splash.
Very nice. All right. So my number 5 is my favorite DDT variant. And it's the Cradle DDT. And it's Teddy Hart's version of the Cradle DDT.
Okay.
It's not Paige's version with the arm over. It's none of that shit. Teddy Hart used to have just get you up and just all right. Yes, please. I'm not great at explaining these moves, but yeah.
It's sad that I am, though. I have no life. All right. Kick opponent in the gut. Boom. Grab front face lock. He grabs you by your fucking pants, picks you up. Each leg is on each side of you. He fucking has you basically hooked in a front face lock and a fisherman. And he just fucking throws himself backwards. Yeah. And the way he does it is how you fucking sell it. Boom. Your legs are straight up in the fucking air. It looks so fucking devastating. It is not the fucking Rampage or whatever the fuck she calls it now.
Yeah.
It is not anything like that.
MJF has started using it as something or other.
And when he really wanted to fuck it up is when he had it hooked up like that and he had the fucking arm, fucking hammerlock.
Hammerlock behind you. Yeah.
Yes. Well, absolutely. Basically, that one's called the double lock whenever you have a DDT variant with the fucking hammerlock on it. But yeah, very fucking devastating.
Yeah. Gnarly looking move.
I just wish Teddy got his shit straight years ago.
Oh, man.
On a personal level.
100%.
Yeah.
He was a badass motherfucker. He still is.
Yeah, he still is. It's just, he's just got too much bad publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 4, sir.
Number 4. This one kind of hits home because I only ever hit it one time. And I hit it right after he passed away. My number 4 is none other than Jay Briscoe's Jay Driller.
Yes, sir.
The double underhook pile driver.
Yes, sir. That is fucking disgusting. Also known as the Tiger Driver 98. But yeah, it's a beautiful move. Beautiful move. I mean, if your opponent can get themselves straight up, you know, it's a beautiful move.
It is. And the one time I hit it, it wasn't even in a fucking match. I was outside training my oldest, and we were fucking around, and we were just chaining back and forth. And he just got in position for it, and whatever got into me, I fucking grabbed it, I hooked it, and I fucking hit it, and it's the most beautiful fucking pile driver ever. And I knew if I hit it again, I was gonna fuck it up because I'd overthink it. But yeah.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't know what that is, kick opponent in the gut, he's bent over, put him in a powerbomb position, double underhook, basically into a pedigree. He gets lifted up, drops straight down, pile driver. It can be very dangerous, but if you know how to do it, obviously it's safe as fuck. So yeah.
All right. Well,
Number 4.
Yep.
Oh. All right. took care of that.
All right, got a text. Anywho, since we're on pile drivers, might as well bring my favorite one in. To me, and I'm screaming at the Fed, let Kevin Owens use it, the package fucking pile driver. What
Yes.
the hell are they not? They're letting rap stars do Canadian destroyers, but they won't let fucking Kevin Owens do a package pile driver. Come the fuck on. All right, he's been hitting this move on people for years.
20 fucking years.
And you won't let him do it. It's the safest pile driver. If you're not familiar with the package pile driver driver position, except you put your arms underneath theirs and grab them by behind the knee, and then you have them picked up, so they're like literally in a tiny little package, and you drop them down into the pile driver. And I for the life of me, I don't know why they haven't let him use it. I mean,
well, I can understand before Triple H took over,
right?
Because Vince had a very strict rule of no pile drivers, unless it was Taker hitting the tombstone.
Right.
Other than that, anybody that even attempted a fucking pile driver was given a fucking hefty fine. Case in point, Cena versus Punk back in 2013, where fucking Punk hit Cena with a pile driver live on Raw. That costed him 50 G's.
I'm sure Cena helped him pay that. Like, they were like, fuck it in that match.
Yeah, but still, the fact that they got fined the 50 fucking G's for that maneuver. Now, the way it is now, obviously, the reins have been loosened up as far as what you can and can't do on Raw and SmackDown and NXT. I mean, case in point, every fucking luchador is hitting the fucking Canadian Destroyer now, just like fucking AEW. So yeah, it makes. I can understand if they were afraid to let them use the original pile driver or a cradle pile driver like Jerry Lynn. But like you said, this is the safest variation of the fucking pile driver from the guy that basically popularized it in the fucking United States. So yeah, good call. Good call on the pile driver.
My number 4. Number 3, sir, what you got?
Number 3, I'm not going to lie, I'm very biased on this move. And I've adapted it and I've used it over the past couple of years as my personal finish. It's Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can I say? Even back before Bray Wyatt started using it, back the first time I saw it was when Alex Shelley used it in Border City Wrestling. And what the fuck are you? I can't remember exactly what he called it, but it just looked so fucking devastating because the way he would do it is the opponent was laying down. He would basically grab their arm, sling them up in one fluid motion and go into the fucking move. And that's the way I've always wanted to try it, but there's a lot of heavy motherfuckers these days. So later down the line, when I started seeing him do it from a standing variation, I was like, I want to fucking use that move. And this was like fucking me at 14, 15 years old wanting to use this move. But every time I thought about using it, something like the fucking code breaker would come in, or what else did I use? I used the lariat for a fucking finish for a while. You know, something simple or something overly complicated that my fat ass can't fucking do. So when Bray got released, what was that? That was COVID, right? That was 2020. Yeah. So when he got released, I decided, you know, since nobody's using it mainstream, that I would adapt it and I would start using it. Well, you know, started using it. TFK got brought into it. Didn't really have a name for it at the time, so we just never named it. But once, you know, unfortunately he passed away, it was so easy for me to honor his memory by renaming the Sister Abigail into Brother Wyndham. And still to this day, I use it as my number 1 finish. And you know, it's just my thank you to him, basically. Oh, you know, I mean, obviously, I mean, I got his fucking shit tattooed on me for a fucking reason. But yeah, for those of you who don't know what Sister Abigail is, grab the opponent. He's laid over, basically in a backward arch. You have his head here, have his arm here, and with one fluid motion, you sling your body back and to the right, which drives his head into the ground.
Yeah, it was fucking nasty when Bray started hitting it. Like, obviously you'd seen it before. I'd seen it before, but there was something special about it when he hit it.
Yeah, and even like I'll be honest, I saw remember Mike Knox? This was like WWE ECW. He started using it at the time, and I liked the way he used it.
Okay.
But his was more of just straight spiking them and looked almost like a DDT kind of thing, kind of like your variation that you like to use from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
It looked kind of like that. And even when he was Husky Harris, oh, spoiler alert, Bray Wyatt was Husky Harris. I hope I didn't spoil anything. Even when he was Husky Harris, when he was using that move, it didn't have that same impact,
right,
as he did, when he transitioned over to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
So
what was that, number 3 for you?
That was my number 3.
All right, so
Surprisingly.
my number 3 is the greatest tag team finisher of all time.
Malicious Intent.
No homer. That wasn't no homer picks. All right, no homer picks. The Doomsday Device. To me, the Doomsday Device is one of those finishers like the Stunner that should never be kicked out of. All right.
I agree.
That's the problem with Kevin Owens using it now. People are kicking out of the Stunner and stuff. People are kicking out of the Doomsday Device. Like, that's sacrilegious to me. Nobody should get up after a Doomsday Device, period. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Doomsday Device, one partner has an opponent on his shoulders, standing up, facing the corner. The other partner comes off the top rope with a big lariat. Guy goes flying off the other guy's shoulders for the pin. Yep. Should never be fucking kicked out of. The Road Warriors are a
God
team.
rest their souls.
Huh?
So God rest their souls.
Yeah. And it's just, it's blasphemy to me that these motherfuckers are kicking out of the Doomsday Device.
Well, I mean, I felt the same way about the Tombstone. I felt the same way about the 3D. I felt the same about the fucking Stunner as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's just certain things that have been so protected in this industry that, in my opinion, should still be protected. Obviously, this day and age, they'll kick out of any fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just for a fucking cheap pop. I don't understand it. So, yeah.
All right, number 2,
I agree with that. Number 2, again, this is a maneuver that I've adopted and I've used in the past for a finish, but that's not the reason it's on here. The reason it's on here is the same show that I saw Jeff Jarrett versus Christopher Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this in the opening match, and it was a 2-on-1 squash match. It was 2 local guys. I don't remember who the fuck they were. I don't think I ever saw them again after this. But they fought a 6'8", 350 pounds weapon of mass destruction, a monster known as Abyss. And when he hit them motherfuckers with what he calls the black hole slam,
ooh,
the force of impact was otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
And if we want to take it back even further than that, back when I actually started being a student of the game, let's go back a little bit further back to a good old boy from Cobb County, Georgia. The old boss man with the boss man slam.
Good old Terry.
Yes.
Regular.
And, move it a little forward with the old Brody Lee hitting the motherfucker. He called it the fucking truck stop for a while. And then you move it to modern day. You got this old, decrepit, ginger-reeking bastard. He likes to call it fucking Draven effect. It's the spinning side slam is all it is. And for those of you that need to know what it is, shoot the opponent from one rope to the other. When he comes in, grab shoulder, side, use his force of motion to fucking turn him, get him flat back, and fucking slam his ass straight to the fucking mat.
And the way Abyss used it so beautifully is it was the perfect move for thumbtacks. That
Yes,
was
yes.
that is the move to hit on thumbtacks, and that motherfucker used it beautifully.
Thumbtacks, barbed wire, glass,
Anything on the ground,
Legos,
flat back that shit. It was over.
Lucky Charms. Personal reasons. But yeah, dude, that black hole slam just looks so fucking devastating. And I've tried it every which way with every which opponent.
Right.
I can never make it look as devastating as Abyss, but it's still an amazing maneuver to have, and I love it so much. I can hit it on basically anybody of any size.
Yeah.
Basically using their own momentum against them. It's such a beautiful fucking move. Love it.
All right. So my number 2 is kind of one that most people won't think of, but this is a finisher, and I'm talking about the kill switch. Fucking
Okay.
Christian. I don't know if he came up with that. I've never seen anyone else use it like
No,
him.
sir.
He did not come up with
it. He explained this on Chris Van Vliet.
Okay.
Originally, his finisher was supposed to be the TKO, the fireman's carry spinning into the cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Marrow, who he was training with at the time, was about to go to WWE for a tryout, and he asked Christian to use the TKO. And obviously, the rest is history on that. But he was watching some All Japan Pro Wrestling footage, and he saw a guy hit basically the kill switch, but he called it the Tommy Hawk. I can't remember who hit it at the time, but the way he hit it is when he set it up, he would jump as high as he could and fucking basically reverse pedigree them into the fucking ground. So Christian put his own little tweak on it to where he turned them and immediately fucking dropped them. That's how the kill switch became, well, the Unprettier. Eventually turned into the kill switch.
Yeah. No, I think that is nasty. If there was somebody, a little bigger, heavier, that I think that's to me very unique, and there's no doubt that ends people.
Yes.
Great.
And he can hit on damn near anybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
All right. That was your number 2.
Number 1, sir.
Well, I think before we get to the number ones, we could throw our honorable mentions out.
We can throw some honorable mentions. All right, what you got?
I got 2. And as much as I love these maneuvers, I just couldn't put them on the list for one reason or another. The first one, we talked about it earlier, Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
Because when I think of Canadian Destroyer, I think of the same person you think of. I think of Petey Williams. I think of that run where he basically debuted the move all the way up until every fucking indie guy under 240 pounds bastardized the goddamn thing and turned into a fucking transitional.
Mm-hmm.
But I think of Petey Williams when I think Canadian Destroyer.
100%.
So yeah, that's one. And my second one,
and if you're not familiar with a Canadian Destroyer, it's essentially a pile driver, but it's you front flip into it. Like you front flip over your opponent into a pile driver.
I think for this one, ladies and gentlemen, you just need to go to YouTube and just type in Canadian Destroyer. There's I can explain it, but it just doesn't do it justice explaining it with words. You just have to see it.
One of the only finishers that is all the guy taking it.
Yes.
Like the person giving the move doesn't have to do shit.
No, not at all. And for my second one, and this is the only tag team one I had on here, as much as I love this move, and I do, it's my favorite tag team move of all time, I just couldn't put it on here because it didn't really impact me as far as me getting into the business or me using it in the business. It's 3D.
I like
basically
love the move.
I love the move. I love it. And it was one of the most protected tag team finishes next to the Doomsday Device.
Yep.
But again, everything on my list, one way or another, has impacted my career and how I either use it or sell from it.
Yeah.
or just, you know, the devastation of it. But 3D, I mean, I love it. I love Bubba. I love Devon. I just couldn't put it on there. And that's basically when he was talking about the Shatter Machine earlier, the flapjack maneuvers, but instead of the code breaker, they would just grab a diamond cutter, essentially.
Yeah. Great move. I mean, perfect move for tables. Perfect move for tables. So, and of course, Devon get the fucking tables. All right. So my honorable mentions. One, the Snapmare driver. And the reason why I didn't put it on this, the reason why I didn't put it on because I had never seen it before. Like, when I started using it, I had never seen it. Like, me and Andrew were fucking around. I was like, this was back when I was using I think I was still using the F5 in training. And I was like, there's some big motherfuckers in our class. Like, I couldn't F5 everybody. It's like, I gotta find something that I can fucking do on everybody. And he was like, what if you did like an RKO except you fell forward? And I was like, let's give it a shot. So me and him did it a couple times. It looked gnarly. And then, you know, later on, the only person I have seen do it as a consistent move is LA Knight. And the difference is he does both hands, where, you know, I do one hand, but I had never seen it done, but I fucking love it.
I could tell you in 2011 to 2012, for a very short time span, the Miz was moving away from the skull crushing finality and was trying different moves, and that's one of the moves he tried for about a month, but it just never got over.
Yeah, no, I think it's beautiful. We can hit it. I mean, any out of nowhere, you could hit an RKO, you could hit the Snapmare driver.
Yes.
So I gotta give full shout out to Andrew on that one, because I didn't even know what it was called. We didn't call it Snapmare. Like, how about an RKO, but you do a front bump. Like, it's like, yeah, make it happen. That was dope. All right, and my second honorable mention, and it's because, I mean, it's the prototypical Impact finisher, and it's the Tombstone. To me, at the time, when he started using the Tombstone, without question, the most devastating finisher of all time. Well, in America.
Yes.
I
said this. The Burning Hammer was still in Japan.
Fuck. I fucking forgot the Burning Hammer. Like, that move. Evil. Evil.
Yes, it was devastating, and it was only used 7 times by the originator. His entire fucking career. That should tell you something.
Wait, who was talking shit?
We do every
Donk,
Thursday.
What's wrong with you guys? Who the fuck is you, Donk? What's wrong with us?
Better question, why do we fucking care? Oh, I don't.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
All right. So, number 1. It's a move old as time. It's a move as old as professional wrestling itself. To me, it still should be the most protected maneuver fucking ever. It looks the most dangerous out of anything that anybody could ever hit. A fucking pile driver.
Straight up pile driver?
Straight up. I'm talking fucking Jerry Lawler pile driver. I'm talking Lex Luger pile driver. I'm just talking straight up, straight fucking down. Should be the most protected fucking finish. To me, is the most devastating finish ever in professional wrestling, regardless of the variation. Whether it's the double underhook for the J Driller, whether it's the fucking Tombstone, whether it's the fucking cradle version, whether it's the package version, I don't give a shit. The pile driver is the most devastating maneuver. And to me, that is the top finish of all time.
Yeah.
And for us to explain it real quick, go back to how he explained the package power driver. Minus hooking up the arms and the legs. You basically grab them by the waist, pick them up, drop them down. Simple.
Donk, I know you're trying really hard to get some attention. And
what is he saying? What is he saying?
You have no idea what the fuck you're doing trying to start a fucking verbal war with two heels. All right, if you really want to get into the shit, I'll have you killing yourself before the show's over. Don't come on my shit.
I'll do you one better. Come on Thursday. We'll send you a link. Send Dark the email. The heelshitpodcast@gmail.com. Come on the fucking show. Talk your shit. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, get out the fucking shit. Quit trying to fucking spam bullshit. And let us fucking carry on with our goddamn show.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, hitting people with pile drivers. Have fun in your fantasy land, dog. I don't feel like I'm not gonna give the baby some attention. Not today. Not today. No. All right, so my number one finisher of all time. Oh, we're bald. Oh shit. Yes, we shave our hair. You still haven't grown pubes. Get the fuck out of my stream, bitch.
Fucking elementary shit.
All right, number one finisher of all time. Gory neck breaker. I first learned it as the Widow's Peak from Victoria. Fucking the most devastating finisher. And not only that, but perfectly matched with her character. If you're not familiar with the Widow's Peak, start in the powerbomb position, pick up, they slide down your back, hooking their feet on your waist. You grab their neck, bent backwards right here, and you fall to your ass. Snap. Yeah, I think it's fucking disgusting, and
oh, when old Thumper was using it, that bitch was devastating.
Dude, yeah, Thump calls it the chicken choker, and that motherfucker, he would not only get you up there, he'd take a couple steps and jump as high as he could in the air and come down on an ass bump to snap that shit.
Yep. We should bring that back.
I think I'm going to bring it back.
Oh, you should.
I think I am going to. Yeah.
Good deal.
All right, so that was the top 10 finishers of all time. Next week, we're going to do the opposite. Next week, we're going to do the top 10 worst fucking finishers of all time. So be here for that. In the meantime, let's throw it to an ad for Castell Vodka. And after that, got a little bit of That's Heel shit, and we'll be on our way.
Vodka, Evolve, Castell. Indulge in the Redvolution.
Now he's talking about Stone Cold hitting us with stunners. I was right. You haven't grown pubes yet. All right. So
hold on. Hitting stunners. Wasn't I using that for about 2 or 3 years before I transitioned over to Sister Abigail? Yes, the fuck I was. So I know a thing or two about a goddamn stunner.
All right.
Anyway,
so
that's heel shit.
Today's That's Heel Shit segment. In case you aren't familiar with this segment, because we haven't done it in a couple of weeks, we take real life scenarios. We find either headlines or stories that are in the real world but remind us of heel shit. So let's get into it. This week, you think you have your own heroes, ladies and gentlemen. This man is a fucking hero. All right. Man accused of ejaculating in his boss's coffee every day for 4 years. 4 motherfucking years. He's nutting in coffee. And the boss doesn't fucking realize it. He's like, man.
Just quit acknowledging it because it's pathetic at this point.
Yeah. Yes. So we've got the what should we name this guy's villain name? This guy is the dribbler.
No. He's the master debater.
Yes, the master
debater.
Yeah,
like
man. How would you like to be the boss and you find out this after 4 fucking years? Like, how do you how do you not kill yourself? You mean I've been drinking this dude's cum for 4 fucking years? Like,
what really fucks with you is, was it really just his? Or was there an office pool of, all right, Adam, it's Tuesday. Come in this cup for me.
It's like he just goes around the office. Draven, it's your time today. Hey, Matt, you're today. Oh, my God.
This man's a legend. Now, does it specify when he told him or how he found out?
No. It was just the headline. That was enough.
All right, so my headcanon's basically going to be the day that he quit is when he found out. And I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate all the engagement, kid. Like, I mean...
Hey, is this the same kid from before? Is he just under a different name?
It might be. It might be. No, probably not, because I never called his mom to turn the Wi-Fi back on.
Oh, fair. Very fair. He might be using the neighbors.
Yeah, might be.
Either way.
Watch out, kid. I hear your uncle's drinking tonight. Don't want to...
Oh, shit.
Want to get you any extra action up in here. All right.
No, Uncle Carl.
No, Uncle. No. Mama, Uncle Carl. Shut up, boy. Got a purty mouth, boy. All right, so that's gonna do it for us tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Yes.
For Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. One in this city, ain't nobody in the